it comes from a longer way. With my partner, we have a collective, and we are a couple, and we have been collaborating a lot with new media people, other dancers, musicians, and we felt like we would like to go back to kind of just purely work on movement. So that's why I decided I would also like to go back to where I came from like 10 years ago, like to go back 10 years in my career and revisit things I have done with other choreographers or in collaboration with other people and in our own work. So I was just interested, how does certain information feel now as my body has changed and my knowledge? Through that I also realized going backwards leaves a lot of space open about working with the body into the backspace, doing movement backwards, so it has a lot of layers. There is a difference between the teaching, the choreographing and the dancing. In the teaching there are always certain focuses, but I think one of the main focuses is about feeling sure in an unsure place, or like feeling comfortable in a not secure place, meaning like we like to work mainly in class a lot about being off-center, like going out of center and how you can guide and redirect energy. So that's like maybe one focus of teaching. And then it's also about movement logic, which comes in the choreography as well. Because I would like the audience to be able to follow a movement. So it's not just a decision made by the head, but it makes some kind of sense within the movement. We try to find out how to teach or how to get people also into strong personalities, because that's also something you need on stage. But to be honest, I haven't found the answer yet. It's still, anyway, I haven't found any answers. That's a difficult aspect to attempt while teaching, and be curious what you don't know. It keeps changing. There are periods where I'm more teaching, then there are periods where I'm more performing. It's not like you can put it in a box. It's always changing. Yeah, a piece is a piece, but it's not necessarily like if I perform it that I want to perform it the same way I did like 2 months ago. It's like, for me, it's like I'm living. So for me, it's interesting to also see what happens today, tonight. The performance will be different than when I performed it in December or before. And that's what I like about dance also, because it's about the moment, this moment. And it's always. I'm older, but it's not that the olderness stopped me being able to move a certain way. It actually expanded much more. So I feel I have a bigger range now than I did 10 years ago. For me, dance is not about taking themes from, necessarily what's happening at the time now in a political way, because I think therefore we have theater, we have news, we have books, and dance for me is a different kind of language to talk to an audience. And I'm actually much more interested to not bring only what I see on the street into the theater. I would like to create more a universe where maybe people open up and forget for a moment about what's happening outside. And I would like to say one thing about politically. I think politically it's much more maybe than in the sense of what the teaching, and like also being politically involved in the scene, like where we live, like to find ways of how to support art or dance. In that sense, I think I would be much more politically active than in the choreography. I think it's important to go around and also go outside your own country, just to see different culture, different way of thinking, different approaches, to then also be able to make a decision of what you want. Because I think if you don't have exposure to other things, you don't even know where to choose from. So you stay in your little universe, and I think it's interesting in any way as an artist, but also as a human being. Traveling alone doesn't necessarily give that. I mean, if you're really open to receive that, then yeah. But if you know people who go travel the world, but they always wish home would be with them. Do you know those kind of people? First time, and I like it very much. I think it's a very interesting, I mean, I know Athens now, but from Greece, but I think it's a very interesting city. And it's sad to know that you know the country has such a difficulty. So that's something I think I will never understand in my life, why those things are happening about the word like money. Yeah, I'm happy. I think I mean, I don't really have the feeling I would have done things different. I made very clear choices in my life of what I want to do. I've seen different things and I always knew what I don't want. And then so things about what I do want became more clear and I just went for it. And I also have to say I have been very lucky in it. So because I really can live and like the life I want to. And so therefore, yeah, no, I would not want to change anything.